7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is good, everyone, and Happy New Year. It is your boy, Politic and Hot, alongside my guys, Mr. Joey Woods, Mr. Rich Michaels. We are Still Steps, coming to you live on a beautiful, cold Friday evening, courtesy of All Authentic Talk Sports Network. Gentlemen, how are we doing at the top of the new year?
Can't complain. I don't think you said it right. It's Merry New Year.
Merry New Year. Merry New Year.
Yeah, that's good.
I always thought that was more.
But can't complain. You know, we skipped a week there at the end. You know, gave everyone a break for the holidays, but we're back and ready to go take on 2025.
Yeah.
Mr. Rich Michaels.
I'm looking forward to 2025. A lot of good things in last year in 2024. Nice that we had the holiday break, and now I'm back and ready to go, man. Ready to rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Glad to have y'all back. Feel like it's been a while. Been a couple of weeks with the both of you. So, you know, I mean, good to have y'all back. Mr. Moyofit, unfortunately, won't be able to make it this evening. So, you know, eventually the entire band will be back. I promise y'all. I promise. So, but gentlemen, and to the viewers out there, you know, a couple of weeks ago we started our State of the Promotion series, kicking it off with WWE. This week we are going to continue with that series and talk about AEWs. But I will say we could probably take this one, I mean, with a different approach than what we had done with WWE. Instead of going, you know what I mean, like with the, you know, the one word to describe the company, because I know, you know, man, most of the consensus here felt that the company was lackluster, to describe it and, you know, in one way. But now that we are in 2025, you know what I mean, let's like look a little bit more towards the future with AEW, and I'll kick it off. And shockingly, when we did the discussion about the WWE, and my word to describe WWE for 2024 was promising, with everything that they had delivered and what they're getting ready to deliver. You know what I mean? Like with the launching of the Raw moving to Netflix, which we'll discuss a little bit later on tonight's show. But looking at the 2025 direction with AEW, and initially, you know, I was about to come in here with ammo, as far as a little bit being a negative net, as far as everything that went on in 2024. But I will say, at the end of Wrestle Dream, it kind of hit me as far as with the returns and looking at the landscape of the roster going into 2025. I feel like AEW has the opportunity to make a 180 shift from what they had going on in 2024 and make things right with 2025, with one, returning superstars, but also, you know, superstars that are returning healthy. So, you know, like we're getting Cole, and you know what I mean, back into the, you know, swing of things. We done got, you know, Adam Cole. Well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't even go there. We got Cope now, you know, really coming back to you know, AEW after his injury, and looks like he's already jumping into the main event category to feud with Moxley, which is pretty shocking to say. But I do like the direction that they have with that particular storyline. But I do think there is opportunity for this company to get better with the return of Omega. Even though a lot of people aren't as thrilled about the Young Bucks. I think when they decide to return, they're going to make an impact with the company. But what really needs to happen with AEW is they have to do better with the writing, as far as well as keeping the consistency with the storytelling. So that's one of the big keys that I believe AEW must complete in 2025. Joey, I'm gonna throw it to you. Just overall your thoughts on AEW from 2024 and the outlook in 2025.
I'm gonna say confusing. For the simple fact, like, too many times throughout AEW, things were done without any rhyme or reason. I'll use an example. Most recently, I believe it was a Dynamite. Moxley's out there with his group. They're doing their thing. Again, not really sure why they're doing it. It hasn't really been answered. But JR, or not JR, Excalibur made a comment. Death Riders has a purpose. They're doing this for a reason. JR goes, "What's the reason?" And everyone on the commentator just goes quiet. JR goes, "Shivani, do you know the reason?" And Shivani doesn't answer. Like, if we're not filling the story gaps here for the announcers, who then can help further the storyline for the fans at home, like, do we know what we're doing here? Is what I'm asking. Like,
Right.
does Tony Khan know what the end goal is for this? Go back to early this year, the whole devil thing and the whole kingdom and stuff like that. I mean, obviously Adam Cole's injury was worse than initially thought and it kind of fell by the wayside. But that whole thing kind of has disappeared. Like, we haven't seen Wardlow in forever. And he was supposed to be the one that won the belt and held it until Adam Cole came back, and that just disappeared. Like, I almost feel like too many times Tony Khan just throws people together just for the simple fact of using them and doesn't think 10 steps ahead in terms of, okay, well, where is this going? Oftentimes we talk about WWE and the Bloodline storyline and how long it's going and how long it is. The Bloodline storyline doesn't work for as long as it does if Triple H wasn't thinking 20 steps ahead. If Paul Heyman wasn't thinking 20 steps ahead, where, okay, if we do this, this is what's going to happen. I don't feel like that happens with AEW. I think a lot of it's played by ear, and unfortunately it hurts them. It's just very head scratching. Another thing I'm going to say is, excuse my language, but it's been a clusterfuck. It's really been a clusterfuck. Like, you look at the end of Full Gear, right? Good match. Moxley goes over Orange Cassidy. Okay, boom. Then you have Christian come out. No. Jay White, right? Or I don't even remember. It was so much bullshit.
Actually, it was everybody you just
was
named.
Darby Allin.
No, who came out first, though? Someone came out first.
Adam Page.
Hangman, yeah. Hangman came out, attacks John Moxley. Then Christian comes out, wanting to cash in his money in the brine, whatever you want to call it, wants to cash it in, right? Hangman, who's a face, walks out while the heel is having to cash in his money in the bank. That's strike number one for me. Then Jay White comes out and stops him from cashing it in. Again, don't make sense to me. Then the Death Riders break free, and the show ends with Darby Allin flipping his car and chasing down Death Riders. Like, the whole thing was just overproduced cluster. And to me, that's what's hurting them also. It's trying to fit too much into too little is what I feel.
Right. No, I got you. Totally understand. And it's at times it's really unwarranted. like you really didn't have to go that extra mile.
Yeah.
They really didn't have to go that extra mile with that ending at Full Gear. Like,
yeah, no, I agree.
Like, y'all literally could have saved it. Now, I will say I get it. why they did it because it's set up for what they had at Wrestle Dream, and then now like they're now you know what I mean somehow trying to include Jay White to be in the championship picture. Well, he eventually lost this past Wednesday, but like you said, like all of that could have been spaced out.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean, keep one thing over time. Like let it grow organically. You know.
Real quick before you go, Rich, like even like I said, like not knowing what's ahead. For example, what was that pay per view just happened? What was it called?
World's End.
World's End, right? So World's End,
Yeah.
Omega comes out, confronts Okada, and then Omega's walking back. The announcers were questioning why nothing happened. JR goes, "It's gonna take him months to get back in the wrestling shape." I'm like, bro, he literally has a match scheduled for like a week from now. Like, that's been advertised for months, and AEW is part of that show. Like, what are we doing here?
It is
Yeah, no.
you know with all due respect, is it time? Is it time for Jr. to walk away from the desk?
I think so.
Like good guy, great guy, you know, but sometimes it's a little cringeworthy, where like it's everyone is talking, then it sounds like he's on a totally different earth. I hate to say it, like that's my guy, like, but
I think he should.
No, yeah, JR we love, but
He maybe should play the king role more going forward. You know, before he would kind of lead the match through. I think he needs to play. What are they? So he's not the color commentator anymore. He's the guy who's just kind of there to fill in the blanks
right.
when they need it. I think that's what he needs to be. That he needs to be his role going forward.
I don't know if you remember what in WWE, like it was like way early in the Attitude Era, or it might have been pre-Attitude Era. Remember, he had a little moment where he was like a heel commentator. Like I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that. You said he was heel?
Yeah, like you know, because it was around the
yeah, I
time
always
when
remember.
I think he took time off, and Michael Cole was doing most of the commentary, and then he would come back. And like,
I think I remember he came back and was shitting on Cole so bad, right?
yeah, yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, before we
Yeah, that
go
was
way
like-
left, go ahead, Rich. What you saying?
No, I was gonna say that was that even before Attitude Era, or maybe it was Attitude Era.
I think it was during the Attitude Era. 'Cause I remember seeing a clip where it was The Rock and I think Vince in the ring, and like you hear JR on the announce table like just ripping into the Cole, like someone needs to beat this some crazy shit like that, like beat him up or something like that. So it was definitely, I think, during the Attitude Era.
Oh yeah. But before we go way left, Rich, your thoughts, state of the promotion, one word, describe AEW and their outlook going into 2025.
I think the word I would use to describe is frustrating. You know, kind of like both of you have said, they got talent there. There's just no directions, no consistent storylines. You know, if somebody just tunes in and watches it, that doesn't really have a knowledge of story or what's going on, it's like a free for all. It's a car wreck, and the announcers that are supposed to be there guiding the stories through and like along are clueless too. Nobody knows what's going on there, and that's the frustrating part because a lot of these matches just kind of thrown, as you said, everything's done together. They don't space things out, and you do have some good talent there that's not seen for months on TV. There's just nothing to do with them, no story, and I think that's going to be AEW's Achilles heel going forward too. That's why, I'm skeptical with 2025 just because they need good storylines, showcase the talent they have, and the talent that they have, be seen on a regular basis. And they just haven't done that. A lot of head scratching in 2024. I hope it gets better, but it just seems like this has been since it started. It was such a huge thing when they first started. Everybody was excited. I know I was thrilled. And the first year and a half was all right, cool. But then it's just like the same thing over and over and over again, just repeating.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, talk about a company who started on wins and losses matter, and then you have Adam Copeland come back, and he's already in the main event picture. So make it make sense.
It's funny because now that they're on Max, I had pulled up um, when they first came to Philly in 2019, and just what I mean, like that crowd
It was
was
lit.
hot, like it was hot, and it had that to me. I feel like it was like a memorable moment when Scorpio Sky lost his Adidas and threw it in the crowd, and somebody chucked it back into the ring, like you don't have these moments, like not saying like that particular moment will happen every episode, but it was just something about the energy around that time. I don't know, maybe it was
I think it
because
was the
it was that,
nostalgia, bro. I think it was. I think it
yeah,
was like,
it's like that new toy from Christmas.
yeah, yeah.
like
Like,
hey,
like
you
you
know
think
what?
about it. Like before that moment, right? Omega wasn't touring America like that. He was
No.
predominantly New Japan. You didn't get to see him here.
Right.
So when New Japan, I mean not New Japan, when AEW came to your city with Omega and with the Young Bucks and with these guys with Hangman, with guys that the pure wrestling fan loved, but never really got to see because they were predominantly in Japan. It felt special. Like I remember being at that first AEW show here and being like, "Holy shit!" Like I'm gonna see Kenny Omega live in a match. Like
Yeah.
I didn't think it was ever gonna be
Yeah.
possible because he was never leaving Japan. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I think that eventually wore off because, like you said, an overusage. You know what I mean? Like doing the same thing over and over again too many times is what hurts them. For example, when they did, this is going back like a year or so, but Danielson joins, right? And the very first show, don't they do Omega and Danielson?
Oh yeah.
Like the very
Yes.
first show, like a week after he's here, they do Omega Danielson at Arthur Ashe.
Right.
Oh
Like
yeah. Oh yeah. And
that's an important match.
yeah.
It deserves a build.
Yeah.
It doesn't just like I feel like too many times like Tony Khan thinks, oh well, the names will sell itself. You're right. For that first time, then it don't matter anymore. You need to build anticipation to that point so that fans will want to see it again and again and again. If you give it to them one time with no real backstory, that's it. It lost its luster. The fantasy booking is gone. Now, why do I want to see it again? And to me, that's what hurts AEW.
Yeah, and that falls in line of creating the storytelling during your weekly shows.
Yeah.
Like that's why you have Dynamite to have those repetitions, to be able to develop that feud into your pay-per-view that you're looking to sell out pay-per-view or movie theaters or
I
Dave
feel
the
like a hypocrite
Buster's.
agreeing with you, bro. I really feel like a hypocrite agreeing with you because how many times on this show have we sat here and like shit on WWE for having a 2-hour SmackDown with only 30 minutes of wrestling?
Right.
And I think, and that does suck, right? But I think there needs to be a happy medium. Like with Tony Khan, I feel like he too often tries to squeeze 8 matches into a 2-hour Dynamite. That's not helping either.
Yeah.
There's something of too much wrestling, and I feel like that's what's happening with AEW right now, where there's too much wrestling, and then I believe it was 3 weeks on AEW. The show literally opened with
All the
4 promos
mm,
back to back to back to back. I believe it was like Jay White, then it was Jack Perry, then it was 4 back to back to back to back. There needs to be a happy medium where it balances out. And I feel like Tony Khan's having a hard time with mastering that right now, which is confusing because he has so many good minds around him.
I was just about to bring that up.
Right.
Like as far as like those who work in roles of agents, like these are all former talent. Like you're telling me like this former talent can't what I mean, go to the boardroom table to say, hey, listen, Tony, we have this experience. I think we should what I mean, revise things and do things the following way. Like you're telling me like cannot get done. But I just feel like when they're ready to push, they always push at least maybe like a week before a pay-per-view event is coming up. Once the pay-per-view event is
Yeah.
done, then it's like, okay, back to the sporadic matchups that you might find on Dynamite or on Collision. But I will say this, and this is odd. I don't know who. I know Tony claims to have his hands in everything. I truly believe whoever's running Collision, Tony does not have his hands into Collision. Like for some reason, the matchups on Collision be more standouts versus Dynamite. Does anybody else see it that way, or am I tripping?
I agree. Absolutely. It's almost like, you know, the type of agents and talent they have there would be, they're probably running Collision, whereas Tony's running Dynamite, and you see the difference just in the product alone. I don't know how much those agents behind the scenes, these vets, how much say they have on things, and who knows if the talent really listens to them on what to do. It's kind of been brought to light in stories that the talent kind of just does things themselves and go out there and do what they want to do. There's no direction even there. But I do agree, Collision is definitely different. It's a completely different show.
Let me ask y'all both a question. Who is AEW's bright spot right now?
It's got to be Fletcher. It's got to be like Fletcher went from being Aussie Open to now looking like the second coming of Randy Orton. Like,
yeah,
I definitely think he's the bright spot.
So you see him being a future champion, heavyweight champion.
I see him being a future WWE champion.
Oh,
and I think he's that good.
So you think Paul Levesque watching from the sideline like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that kid at some point, like you're like, I see he doing this thing over there right now, but I'm gonna get that kid in the long term. If
he's not, he needs to. Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, WWE is so much better than AEW, but I love AEW, so this isn't me shitting on them. But when kids were younger and like they got in the wrestling, they grew up wanting the main event WrestleMania, wanting to win the WWE title. So I think like these younger guys, their goal is still WrestleMania. Their goal is still WWE titles. Like,
oh yeah,
AEW school, like obviously like the Omegas and stuff like that, they're already established enough where that probably really don't get them excited anymore. But guys like Fletcher and stuff, I think that still kind of gets the rocks going.
No, I think you're onto something there, and especially the character revision he's had over the last few months, and what he's developed with Ospreay. Even though they've had a history overseas, but over here it's like they're creating a totally different legacy than what what they've had over like in the New Japan market, and they can continue to build on it. That's what's pretty dope about both him and Ospreay. Now that their series is 1-1, like that's something that could carry on, that could eventually does feature the AEW World Heavyweight title. I think you was spot on with that with Fletcher. Rich, did you have anybody in mind, or would you agree?
No, I think he was right on with that. And I think to get to that, Ospreay and Fletcher, what they're doing is great. That's one of the shining moments, parts of AEW. That's what it's been. These two guys. And they took it from New Japan, brought it over here. They made it work. Hasn't always been the case with some of the other feuds that they've had in New Japan that they brought over here. But no, I definitely agree with you. Ospreay is amazing, but Kyle Fletcher has a really bright future, a really bright one.
So I was looking up to try to see if in fact Dynamite versus Collision, if they were produced by different people, because it definitely does feel different, the two. And I came across a thread where people were talking about like the differences and what they noticed.
Yeah.
And someone said, and I never thought about this, but it is true. Dynamite feels like it's go, go, go to get everything in. Whereas Collision has like a nicer flow to it,
Yeah.
to where I feel like the matches generally get more time, the segments get more time, and there's less booked on that. And I don't know if it's because it's Wednesday versus Saturday, where like maybe AEW feel like less people are watching on Saturday, so they want to put less on that show. But someone even mentioned the opening. Like, for example, Dynamite opens with like their graphic, and then it's a welcome and rundown by Excalibur.
Right.
Collision always opens with a promo of whoever's in the main event that night.
Yes.
Like, just the whole rundown of the show is different. The camera angles are different. Everything is different. I don't know if it's done on purpose to feel like different shows, but it's definitely night and day. It's 100%.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. 100% agree. Far as the women's roster, now, I mean, I know there's mixed reviews out here in the wrestling universe about Mercedes' run over in AEW. I don't know. This is another thing where like they have talent, like they have really good talent. It's just
Awful execution.
yeah, it's just the delivery, like the delivery of the stories are lackluster. I just something has to turn around, and I think now there has to be a stance where, all right, I understand, Mercedes is a name, and I love Mercedes, but it's what I mean, so much you can use when, all right, you're not only promoting the TBS championship, but she's also the New Japan Strong Women's Champion, or carrying so many titles. Those titles are almost literally overshadowing your own TBS championship. Like, handle business about your TBS championship on Wednesdays, and we'll catch you. You know what I mean? When we need to catch you for the New Japan title, like
that to me makes no sense because
even on the pay-per-view that they just had.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
She had the strong title around her waist and just holding the TBS title, and I was like, really? You should be showcasing the show that you're on. I'm sorry, maybe it's just overlooking it or being a little too critical, maybe. But dude, you have on New Japan Strong Championship around your waist, and you're just holding up the TBS championship.
But
I was like,
but even not even that. Not even that, right? Here's another thing that made no sense when she was walking out. The whole match, we're hearing JR and Excalibur and stuff talking about how much she's won this year and how many titles she's conquered. And then she wins this match and she's like fake crying, like trying to make us believe that she's actually like, emotional that she won. Like, the math ain't math, and like this chick's won so much that it's almost a foregone conclusion that she's winning again. And then when she does win a match, she's giving us fake crocodile tears.
I'll be honest now, that part I actually like.
You did?
It's almost like sticking it back to the fans. Like oh my gosh, like I won. Like that's I feel like that's part of the character. The characters are welcome.
No, I agree characters are welcome, but like I feel like she's toting a fine line between like heel heat and get the fuck off my screen heat. Like, initially I thought she was a great heel. Now it's like the winning streak that she's on right now and the way she's winning and stuff like that. Tony Khan is and I know he's the one behind the scenes pulling this. I don't want to blame her for it because she's, you know what I mean, but he's toting a very fine line between almost becoming unbearable heel to the point where people tune it off just because they don't want to see her anymore. And that's what I worry about.
No, I got you. I know exactly what you're saying. And in the shoes of Tony Khan, that's him saying, look, I got to milk it for as long as I can.
Like Baron Corbin. She's slowly becoming Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to watch her anymore. I'm just going to turn it off. Like, you can put her in a match with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins and have him do a finisher with Becky Lynch and fans still won't care. And that's the line I feel like she's headed with the storylines they've been putting her in.
Damn. But again, when it comes to the storyline and the substance, she needs that dance partner that they can work. Not only they can work in the ring, but they can also work. You know what I mean? When it comes down to like, you know what I mean, promos during the show.
It's there already, bro.
Like who you got seeing being that dance partner?
So, Death Before Dishonor, Billy should have took the belt off Athena. It's time to have Athena versus Mercedes. Like, that's the match that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like, they've, for all the bullshit I talked about, what they've done in AEW, ROH has done such a good job telling the Billy and Athena storyline. That was Billy's time at Hammerstein to win that belt. Like, I've never seen a fumble so bad. I'm just like, and I love Athena. Like, I don't care if she hold the belt forever. But you've told the storyline for so long now. It's like, okay, well, what now? Like, you can't have Billy challenge for a third time. You know, it's like, what now?
True. Or does it get to the point where Athena just relinquish the title on her own and make the jump to AEW?
So that'd be such a shitty route, man.
It would.
Like you have like,
and that don't do no justice for Billy or any of the other talent. You know,
yeah,
it doesn't do any favors for any of them. She just
unless it's circle back in the system where Billy were to go like in like that title quest and like in a tournament or something.
But she just did that, right?
Wasn't it more so like on the minion and training side?
No, didn't they recently within this year they introduced a new title and Billy won the tournament?
Oh, you talking about the what's that, the TV? No. Wasn't the TV joint?
Women's television.
Yes. The what Red Velvet now has.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's another thing. She lost that belt, and you felt like it was okay. Now it's her time to win the ROH belt. Athena has proved herself. Move up to the main event. Like I don't know. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, you know what I mean? Like they have a shot to make Billy be a legit star if she pins Athena clean. So to drop it, I feel like does nothing for anybody.
Yeah. They gotta have something building in the pipeline as far as like.
You think? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, they had two opportunities to remove that title from her. Willow at Trenton 2 years ago.
They had 3 opportunities, bro.
Well, yeah, Billy
both times. That first Billy match was incredible.
True.
It was really good. And I thought for sure, like this time around, there was no reason not to put it on Billy.
Her match with Queen Aminata was actually pretty good too. Like, you know, that might go under the radar, but yeah, like,
it's not the notion that with Athena was always that in ring she was one of the best. It was that fans really didn't dig her character.
Just never like really gravitated to her in a way.
Which I can see because she is sometimes a strange cat.
But I think when she first arrived at AEW, I think she had a strong showing. But for some reason they just it was still around a time where it was pro Britt Baker and I think who else just arrived around that time?
It was probably Ruby and Serena. I think it was too much at that point.
Right. Yeah. So
Tony
might have been best just to, you know what I mean, work down at ROH, which to me has been developing really well.
Yeah.
And now finally they're starting to, you know, gravitate back to some of the talent that were there initially, you know what I mean, from the original ROH days. Like, it's nice to see, you know. Like, I'll tell you one thing, my man Shane Taylor better have a title in 2025. Tony, whoever running Ring of Honor, put that title on Shane Taylor, man. Come on now, like, that's the OG, triple OG, SCP. Shoot, but yeah, sorry, that's my rant of the night. So, before we jump into Live on Netflix. Any bold predictions with AEW going into 2025? Like anything that stands out that you know what I mean that you want to make as a case for a bold prediction?
Yeah, I do. I think in 2025, Tony wises up and realizes, like, what are we doing here? We're running these huge 19,000 seat stadiums, filling 5,000, and the rest is half filled, and we have to get creative with our camera angles to make sure that we're not showing those sides and stuff like that. I think he goes the notion of running maybe a little bit smaller routes, and you start to see some sellouts and help bring fans back. I think that's hurting them too. Like the constant weekly pictures of half empty arenas and fans talking about where's all the fans.
Right.
Like I think that hurts them. You know, I think if we run smaller arenas, pack the house, the buzz starts to come back. Like, oh shit, AEW's had 3 sellouts in a row. Oh shit, AEW sold out again. I think that can help bring the fans back and build momentum. Because remember, like you talked about the Philly show. Remember how hard it was to get tickets to that show?
Right.
That shit sold out in like 19 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went in there willing to pay anything to get there, and all I could get was upper level. Like that show sold out fast. They need to get back to that, and I think it starts with getting smaller arenas, getting the fans back, and getting the buzz back.
Okay. Now, just for the sake of Philly, you think he runs anywhere smaller than the Leocore Center? Or?
So I was thinking about that, right? In Philly's, like, we have a lot of arenas and stuff, but I was thinking, like, where realistically could he run that's smaller than Leocore Center but could still fit the fan base need? I don't know if there is one.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Maybe if he runs Trenton and says it's Philly,
right.
you know, like they always do, like where else they do? They do it like, oh, it's like Chester, like, oh, I'm Philadelphia tonight. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like I could see that happening, but I don't know if there's really. I've never been in the Fillmore, so I don't know how big that is.
Oh no.
No, it's small.
Fillmore, like give or take, you might be getting close to maybe 2,000.
Yeah, so it can't go there.
Yeah.
Maybe if they got creative with the Met.
Maybe.
You know, like take some seats out and took the floor seats out and set it up kind of like the Hammerstein, something like that.
Honestly, equivalent to the Met will probably be like Daly's Place.
Yeah, so they could get creative and do that, but I just don't know if Philly has any other arenas.
Yeah, I think Leocore might be the one. One that I was thinking on the side, but I don't think they probably have the technology to hold everything that AEW may need to use. I was thinking about like Drexel campus, like you know what I mean, somewhere around there. But...
What we talked about? Remember we talked about how cool it would be to have a show run at UPenn at the cathedrals.
Right.
You know that would be pretty cool. Like to have it in one of the oldest arenas in the country. Let's look at the Met. The Met holds 3,500. So you think if you take out those floor seats, probably get about 3 in there, and then you add some back. So you're probably looking at like 3,200 maybe.
Right. Maybe add seats along the stage too.
Yeah. So that's not horrible. I mean, maybe run there. Another place you might be able to run, which would be pretty cool if you ran it in the summer, is the Pavilion in Camden.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like a Daly's Place type thing.
I was about to say, that would definitely be Daly's Place.
How many people does that hold around?
Let's see. So this is if they use the lawn also. Hold on. It can hold a lot, I think. That can hold 25,000 with the lawn.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
So you think if you take out the lawn, it has an indoor capacity of 7,000 with no lawn.
Right.
So you think you take out the lawn, you set up something right in the pit section, you could get a nice crowd in there.
Makes sense. That's why that's a hot spot for the summer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spot to see an event.
Nice, nice. Rich, what your bold prediction for AEW?
I I my prediction is that they're going to stay the course. They're going to stay the course. It's going to be the same thing in 2025 as it was in 2024. And that sucks to say because they got, like I said, they got talent and stuff. But I hope Tony smartens up, like Joe says. You could do smaller arenas. You could showcase your talent more, tell better storylines. But my prediction is it's pretty much going to be same status quo. That's what I think in 2025, unfortunately. So new year, same stuff.
Damn.
And I may have pissed a lot of people off saying that, but that's what I think, honestly.
I don't believe they're going to stay the course of what they've done in 2024. I think with the returns, you know what I mean, mentioned earlier, I think they're going to try to utilize the talent to the best of their ability to be able to, one, bring people, you know what I mean, back to the venues, and also, you know what I mean, make a name for AEW to be even bigger than where they are. Well, will they succeed? You know what I mean? That's to be seen. But as far as bold prediction, oh man, I don't know how much of a bold prediction this would be, but my bold prediction is that Orange Cassidy will be the
Gonna win
heavyweight
the championship.
champion before the end of this year.
You know, I was gonna say that actually. Something tells me that before 2025 is out, he will win the title. He will be the AEW World Champion. It's funny you say that.
Yeah. Because at this point, there's nothing else for him to do but to win this championship. Like, he's always in the main event picture. He's always, you know what I mean, vying for the championship, but coming up on the short end of the stick. Like, at this point, there's no other alternative but for him to become the champion. Now, all they need to do at this point is to deliver it by story. Like, you can sell this as the, finishing the story, thing, kind of like that guy over in WWE did. So, like, Orange Cassidy has the opportunity to be able to, mimic something to, to that caliber. Now, will the fans be behind it? That's going to be key. Like, I would have to see. I would have to see how they, gravitate to him. You know what I mean? During this, first half of the year. Curious to see where he even goes in the storyline, because again, now with rated R Cope being back, looks like him, Moxley, Christian, Jay White, like, these guys are all not leaving or going. I'm gonna say not leaving, or going anywhere as far as like running away from the title picture. But I'm thinking somebody has to have a story between the two. So, it'll probably be Jay. They probably would try to run Jay White and Hangman a little bit more, but honestly, they really don't need to, because they already fought 3 times already. Like, they don't
Yeah.
need that anymore. But somehow it's like, how do you manage to keep them relevant as well in a climate of Moxley, Cope, and Orange Cassidy? And there's also something that does annoy me. And not saying that this wrestler annoys me, but I feel like they're like, keep trying to keep him relevant as much as they can, so he don't get lost in the back. Hook. Like, for some reason, like, they're
Joey's
trying they
face.
they're trying to keep they're trying to keep him relevant as much as they can. Like, for instance, at the last was it on World's End, where Christian and them were, up in the skybox. Who's in the skybox literally right next door? Freaking Hook. Like, really? Like, don't nobody care about Hook. I hate to say it. Nobody cares about Hook. But they're still trying to keep him relevant as much as they can. But without that, Orange Cassidy, AEW World Heavyweight Champion by the end of 2025. Book it. Politic and Hawk says so. But Yeah, man. AEW is it's always a roller coaster. I swear. Like when we started this show, it was almost pro AEW so much because at the time WWE was lacking. Now WWE did the 180 going into 2024. Like now it's like AEW like, all right, what you got? Y'all getting knocked out.
Well, let me ask you this: like, has WWE like booking been that much better? Like been like, oh my god, it's so good, or is AEW been so much shit that we're just like kind of just taking WWE booking because it's just better than AEW right now?
I'll answer this way. The talent in WWE is character essence is more believable than what's in AEW right now.
I mean, I get that, but I just feel like it has like right now. I feel like
Has it been shit?
WWE.
AEW, yes.
I feel like WWE right now is kind of lackluster, but we're taking it because AEW just sucks right now.
Well,
I don't
you
think
could
it
see it.
is. Go ahead, Rich. Sorry.
I mean, no. Well, you look at what WWE used to be, right? And I mean, it's light years better than what it used to be. I don't think it's really lackluster, and I really do think that's a problem for AEW too. I think that WWE found their stride. That they're hitting on all cylinders. It just makes AEW look that much worse when you look at booking and storylines. I don't think that the WWE has been lackluster. I'm actually invested in a lot of their storylines. But as you said, Huck, it goes back to the characters too, as well, and the believability of their characters, wanting
Yeah.
you to be invested into these storylines.
Yeah. Like you look at, and again, going back to Mercedes Monet, even the Hurt Syndicate, like their aura on AEW television, it stands out from like the other AEW talent. Like
Yeah,
it's different. Like even like with Ricochet, like which by the way had a phenomenal uh moment on Wednesday when he beat up Swerve Strickland. Like I thought that was a pretty dope moment. Um, it sucks that Strickland had to get his ass kicked, but I felt like it enhanced Ricochet's character even more. And what I like about his character that's developing now over there is that it's actually in real time with what fans are, what I mean, beefing with him like on social media and stuff, and like how somebody had threw the toilet paper at him, and then Swerve incorporate that into the their feud. You know what I mean? At World's End with everybody throwing the toilet paper at Ricochet. Like I like that. That's great storytelling.
yeah,
And
yeah,
honestly, that's probably what I mean. We got to give kudos to both Swerve and Ricochet for that because it got to be them two to bring that up. So again, you using that term of finding your dance partner.
Yeah.
Like
Were you at
now
all worried though?
they gotta find that dance partner.
Were you at all worried though, like the past couple of weeks, like how much Swerve was kind of getting over on Ricochet?
A little bit, not actually, not that much, because I think when you watch wrestling so long, you always know like that particular that particular character is going they're going to get their they're going to get their lick back,
Yeah.
and it was only a matter of time. And I still think there's the possibility of him going to the Hurt Syndicate. Like,
Who, Ricochet?
yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, especially
yeah.
after what he
I
did
can
on
see that.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that was his heel turn.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like the Willy Wonka moment. He gonna get the card back from MVP. Like here, like here. You ain't earned it the last time, but you earned it this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Take my
But
card back.
so here's the thing, right? If he does that, right, and he goes back, at this point we're gonna have to find someone to pair with Swerve to even the odds a little bit. Who can we see doing that?
I mean, I'm just throwing this out here, and this could actually be a bold prediction. Is it possible we get reunited Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee.
Mm.
Mhm.
What's up with him? Is he done wrestling? Because
I don't know.
people shit on him a lot, but people don't realize that when that man. And listen, I know some people are against it, and some people didn't believe it was real and stuff, but this was facts. This man got COVID
Yeah,
and couldn't breathe. Like it wasn't like a conspiracy theory for him.
right,
He got
Yeah.
COVID and was very sick. You know, like it wasn't bullshit. So, and he's never been the same since then. I don't think.
No.
right. Now I will say I did see a photo of him recently. He shed some pounds.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'll look
So
that up.
I don't know if that, you know what I mean, if that's meaning a return to the ring. I'll be honest, I don't even know what his contract is like. He can no longer be part of AEW. Final, you know what I mean? For, you know what I mean, I don't know, but
He's had some health issues. It said.
yeah, I knew he had some, some health issues, but I don't know where he stands as far as like possible return. But
How wild would it be if it was a double turn?
that would be crazy.
Like like he gets Keith Lee to come back to join him,
Yeah.
and then Keith Lee still never forgiven him,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
he joins the Hurt Syndicate, and then at that point in time, MVP's like beat down Ricochet because he was like, "Did you really think you belonged here?" or something like that, and then we get Swerve and Ricochet going against the Hurt Syndicate. That would be perfect because I feel like we need that Keith Lee and Swerve finish,
Right.
and that would be the way to finish it.
That would be
I believe
wild.
that's some good storytelling, Joe.
Yeah. Right.
Sign me, Tony.
So need somebody. Shoot.
I can help in marketing too. I just got my degree. Let's go. Sign me.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
This 9 to 5 ain't for me.
Hey man, listen.
Wait, real quick. Thinking of job and stuff like that. Did anyone see a report that came out today that Karrion Kross and Bray Wyatt had a full-blown wrestling company they were going to create? They had a whole storyline written out and everything that's centered around them two. And they were set to start filming the week that Triple H reached out to him. It was like they were like planning the filming and stuff. And then Triple H reached out to him and was like, "Hey, give me a call," like to Bray and Cross. And then Cross was saying to Bray, "What do you think we should do?" Like and Bray was like, "He's probably gonna offer us our job back." And he was like, "It's a lot different working for Triple H than it is Vince." He was like, "We got to go back home." So that's why I never did it. But that'd have been pretty wild to see what the minds of Karrion Kross and Bray Wyatt could cook up on their own.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, and that doesn't surprise me because remember somebody else, you know what I mean, was about to had it.
Don't mention that shit, bro.
I'm not, but I do got to mention something because
they can't control this show.
Right, not my narrative. But speaking of which, about possibly running another company, my boy Smooth sent me a text message about Vinnie Mac. You know what I mean? Rumors, of him possibly starting another wrestling company with Brock Lesnar being a special attraction.
Really? I thought you were going to mention the breaking news that happened earlier this week that Scott D'Amore is taking over NXT. Shawn Michaels is moving up to SmackDown, and Gabe Spolsky, whatever his name is taking over. He's taking over NXT Evolve.
Really?
Yeah. So there's going to be the NXT Level Up. NXT Level Up is becoming NXT Evolve. He's running that. Scott D'Amore is taking over NXT. Shawn Michaels is moving up to the main roster with Triple H.
I know we had some guests in the past who wasn't fans of my guy Gabe, but Gabe know his shit. I could never shit on him. Like, he knows his shit. So for him to be getting the NXT Evolve going, that's gonna be good. Honestly, that might be as closest to what we might get to like vintage ECW storytelling esque.
Indie.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with the indie feel. So, but yeah, shout out to Gabe. I used to harass Gabe back in the day. He used to call
Oh yeah, the line,
yeah,
right?
yeah, he used to call the ECW ticket off his line. Like, yo, when ECW coming back? When they coming back? Shout out to Gabe. Gabe, you gotta do still steps, man. I'm sending you this clip. I think we follow each other on Twitter. I don't know. I'll find you though. But yeah, I'm sending you this clip. Need you on still steps 2025. Make it happen. But nah, that's dope.
Oh, that
I
was
didn't hear
fake.
about that.
That was fake.
Aw, man.
Only the Scott Demore stuff was. Gabe's real.
Okay.
Gabe is getting level up and it's becoming Evolve.
Nice.
NXT Evolve.
We might have some breaking news here. I don't know if it is it really happening. We got a Tiffany Money in the Bank cash and watch. She's attempting it to cash. Oh no, she was about to cash in. She gave the ref the briefcase. The ref was about to announce it, and then she threw the ref over the barricade. And now she hit Naomi with the briefcase. Sorry, real time, folks. My bad. Spoiler alert. Yeah.
It's gonna be soon though because.
1, 2, 3. Nia Jax retains against.
Yo, is your
Naomi.
shit behind?
It's possible.
Cause that's why I was like, what are you talking about when you said spoiler alert? Because on mine, they're already in the ring with each other.
Yeah, it just like literally just got in the ring.
Oh, here it is! It is! She's doing it for real!
Oh, snap. Hold on, wait, I see it.
Here it is!
Wow. Wow.
Holy shit, Bianca is strong as shit. Yeah, fuck her up.
Look at it.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Let's go, let's do it! What the fuck? Ring the bell. There it is.
Wow.
Wow.
What a way to kick off a new era. That was well done.
Told you they had to sell those briefcase before Christmas. It was all about the briefcase. All about the briefcases.
Hold on, I mute myself real fast.
And new.
That was cool.
And new WWE Women's Champion. We talked about those briefcase all year. Like all year, like damn near literally half the year. It was like, ew. It was like, wait, how many of those briefcase they sell? Oh no,
Yep.
they got to sell those briefcase out before she cash in. Spoke that up, like literally spoke that up. Wow.
I'm in a group text with a bunch of boys, and everybody's like, "And new."
Sorry, I had to show my 7-year-old because he's obsessed with her.
Oh yeah.
He's got a thing for I guess he had a thing for blondes because he loves her and Liv Morgan. So
Little Joey, good choice.
so when I had to call
I
off
was gonna
the
say he's got
fast
some
and
taste,
show.
you know.
Yeah, can't fault him.
Oh man. Nah,
The only thing I'm gonna say is I'm not even gonna say it on there.
Still steps are for the kids.
I don't know what's going on right now. My computer is frozen.
Wow.
He
Oh,
had that
nice.
weird smile.
No, he wasn't frozen on here. I don't think. look, they ain't waste no time. Like, look, Christmas holiday done. Go cash in, damn it.
No.
Go cash in. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. TMI, Joey. TMI. I'm about to watch out for both you and
better off typing that.
both you and little Joey. Get out of here. But anyway, shout out to Tiffany Stratton, your new WWE Women's Champion, finally cashing in that Money in the Bank briefcase. I think we all called it though. It will be after the holiday. But check the files.
I am shocked though that it happened on a random SmackDown. But I guess it's not random because it's your first SmackDown of 3 hours.
Right.
And I think this, I mean, look what time it is right now, right? It's about 10 o'clock. Typically speaking, when Raw was still 3 hours, 10 o'clock's when the big shit went down. So, I mean, I guess it kind of sets a good tone for the future of, okay, make sure you're tuning in at 10 because shit's going to go down there.
Right. Hey, look, that's our first time ever. Still steps watch along with a belt, you know what I mean, changing hands.
That was actually pretty fun.
Like literally. Nice.
Yeah, we should maybe do a watch along for the Rumble.
That would be wild. I'm down.
Like the mark out if someone won. Like
Right.
I seen a couple of rumors that that had The Rock winning the Rumble.
Oh man.
Could you imagine our reaction if The Rock won the Rumble?
Rock's my guy, but I don't want him winning a Rumble though.
Like, go home, old timer.
Like, come on, man. I can hear somebody in the crowd now, like, go back. No, I'm not even going to say.
That's why Red won. Fucking so like shit.
They gonna be like, sit down, pops.
We hated your Christmas movie.
Right.
Bro, I gotta give Rock credit though. He can like whip some like shit that ended horribly and turn it into like the greatest thing in the world. So that Red One, I think like took like 300 million to make, like some crazy number, right? It sold like 50 million in the theater, something like a horrible number. Like it was a flop, right? And then they decided to do this thing where it was like the first time ever it was on Amazon Prime for free.
Yeah.
And also in theater at the same time, right? The second they put it on Amazon Prime, so in the first 2 days, 50 million people watched it, right?
Oh wow.
This motherfucker somehow flipped that shit to be the biggest thing in the world. First time ever, 50 million people watched a premiere movie on Amazon Prime. For the first time ever, it broke records. Everyone's commenting like, because they didn't want to pay to see that shit in the movie. So they waited for it to come on Prime for free. I'm like, only Dwayne can flip something that was horrible into like a huge win.
Listen, I tried to watch that movie twice. Fell asleep probably within an hour.
I'll tell you what, it's creative.
I heard it's okay.
I heard it's a good movie, but some movies should just go right to like streaming.
Well, I mean, at this point,
like that's a movie that should go right to streaming.
Just be like Netflix now, streaming on Netflix.
I mean, look, Kevin Hart's finally come to the grips. Like all of his shit, unless he has a big name with him, shouldn't be going on theaters.
Right. Shit, well, I'm about to say who's on the boat first? Adam Sandler. But everything was going to Netflix.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm shocked that Happy Gilmore 2 is going to Netflix.
It is going to Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought it'd probably go to the movie.
They probably paid a lot for that, because I think that would have done a lot in the movie theater, honestly.
I think it would have. I think it got like 200 easily.
Okay.
I don't know.
But movies now are like, Moana made like 100. I mean, Wicked made 100 million in the first weekend.
But you got to think, for the kids. You got to think, for Happy Gilmore 2, people our age, probably like, probably your age, Joey, on up. I don't think everybody's going to the movie theater to see Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah, but there's a lot of us out there.
I I mean, I know there's a lot of us out there, but are they going to the movie theater to see Happy Gilmore too? That might not be the case. Hold on, wait.
That's a good point.
Joey over there fixing a wrestling action figure. Like we gotta do color commentary. Oh, here we go. He's over there trying to fix the head of this action figure. We cannot tell who that action figure
He's
is.
flexing up.
He's
flexing now.
In, right?
He's
like like his hands are not right. Is that the American Nightmare? It's like no. All right, we about to go off the rails. We were just talking about Netflix not long ago. Oh,
Logan Paul.
Shout out to Logan Paul.
Yo,
Logan Paul making an appearance on the.
This Logan Paul right here. If my son ever lost his figure, I think I'd punish him for like 6 years. You know how much this freaking thing cost me?
Damn, for 6 years?
This was a $50 figure.
Oh wow, damn!
I believe it.
This was one of those ones that you could only get like on Fanatics. Yeah, like pre-order and stuff like that.
That motherfucker still be in the box.
Well, what I did was we were smart about it. We bought two for $100, and then they sold out, so it was like a hard get.
Yeah.
So then I sold the second one for $100. So this was free.
Makes sense. That's it. Smooth transaction.
Yeah.
Strategic transaction.
That's like my son got so much cool shit from me. Like this, if it can get it pulled up, get out. If I can pull it up. This
nice.
This is an actual
joint. Yeah, I remember that.
This is real. Like this is a real vintage one.
Yeah, I remember that from back in the day.
Yeah, because he kept losing wrestlers when we were going places. So I need like a backpack for him, like put the wrestlers in. Like this was like legit made for wrestlers. I was like, let me buy it. And plus, I thought it was cool as shit to have Road Warriors
definitely.
on it.
No, that's fire. Oh, good stuff. That's a good holiday, Chris. Good holiday.
Yeah.
For the wrestling figures. But gentlemen, let's dive into Raw live on Netflix.
Real quick, guys. If I drop off, my computer has 8%. It should get me through it, but if for some reason it doesn't, and I drop off, I'm gonna jump back on through my phone.
All right, we got you.
So if I drop off, I'm not leaving. That's what happened.
Nah, you should be good. We're about to wrap it up after talking about Raw live on Netflix this Monday. I'm very curious to see how this all goes down. You know what I mean? We all saw what happened during the Tyson fight. I think everybody, you know what I mean, that probably tuned into that fight probably only remember Tyson's ass, you know, from that interview. But you know, there were a lot of, you know, technical difficulties going on for that event. We did see the NFL have a successful Christmas. Well, I mean, when it came down to, you know, showing the games. So now we're at Monday Night Raw.
They didn't have
wrestling.
any problems.
So that put a damper on me, bro. NFL and Netflix put a huge damper on me because I was hoping that we would see something like no commercials or something different, and the NFL on Netflix was a regular channel. Like it was commercials and everything else. So to me, that kind of tampered down my excitement a little bit.
Yeah, unless they go the route where they probably, if they still remain doing like the picture-in-picture, but they'll probably still run ads regardless. But you know, they'll still have the picture-in-picture. Even if they had the picture-in-picture with ads, maybe will we still hear the commentary? That would be good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like at least still had a commentary, you know, kind of similar to like how AEW Dynamite, you know what I mean, is on Triller. Like when TBS goes to commercial, you can still hear Shivani, Excalibur still call it a match, and then you know they'll return from a commercial break as if like, you know, nothing had happened. So maybe that would be something that they would do for Raw on Netflix this upcoming Monday. I think it would be cool to do, but
the first one should be commercial free.
Yeah, no question.
Part of the show.
Now, I think those in attendance, it might be bittersweet for them, because then it's like ongoing event, like you know what I mean, with no commercials. Like shit, the show be done by like 9:30.
Well, did they say what they're doing in terms of the timelines?
Now, I know there was talk about them possibly going back to 3 hours, but I don't know if this particular Monday will be three. I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
I mean, based on everything that they had mentioned, as far as that could potentially be going on during the show. As a matter of fact, hold on, I got
It seems a
something.
lot.
Yeah, I had something that somebody had. Matter of fact, here it is right here. I'm gonna pull this up in the screen in just a second. And hold on. All right. Oops. Yeah, I said get a folks their props who actually put this together. Yeah, but I haven't heard anything as far as like time wise. Like there's yet to have been a discussion whether or not, like, there was whispers that it could go back to 3 hours. But I mean, now that they got SmackDown back to three, I'm like, I don't know. I think it might be a little bit questionable as far as giving what time they would run. All right, I don't know if y'all can see this. Oh no, this is way too small. Sorry. But no, this came from it's Wrestling Lover on Instagram. And apparently this was like the Raw on Netflix debut preview. I don't know if y'all can read that. If you can, I'll remove it from the screen.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
You can see it? Okay. But yeah, basically it was
I can
saying
see it.
yeah, like on the card, you know what I mean? Like we got the matches. Then we got, the Cena's farewell tour, Rock returning, Logan Paul, Becky Lynch returns, Travis Scott performance, Triple H kicking off the new era, the new logo on the stage. Oh yeah, this could be potential spoiler alert too. Sorry for those looking at this. Penta debuting, teaming up with Mysterio to take on a New Day. Wyatt Six
Wow.
with a big announcement, which could potentially be Alexa Bliss. More surprises expected, including an appearance by Stone Cold and The Undertaker. Who gives a fuck about Goldberg? But apparently he could possibly return. WWE 2K25 teaser. And maybe Batista returns as the first inductee of the class of 2025.
See, I don't see that Batista thing.
Yeah.
Just because of how vocal he's been in the past couple of months. Like, I don't see him coming back just yet. I think it needs to die from a WWE standpoint. Like in terms of everything going on, I don't think he comes back just yet. I think they need to hold it off a couple months.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, damn. I mean, look, if all of
That's
this
like an
were to take
AEW
place-
book show.
yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
look, that's a pretty dynamite show.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
It's like you don't got a chance to breathe, and there's no commercials then.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna be like Max D's.
Yeah.
But far
Do you
as
ever?
the show,
Do you ever? Real quick, speaking of Dynamite, do you ever cringe when they keep saying simulcast? All I can think about when they simulcast is like when they simulcast WCW and WWE and
Oh,
stuff. There is a McMahon on the contract, but it's Shane
Right.
McMahon. Like,
Yeah.
to me, all I think about when I hear simulcast is that.
nah, that's funny. But I actually felt a little bad about this whole merger, like with the Netflix merger, and I didn't think about this until after the fact when I saw a couple of tweets. The the level of the fallout of WWE moving Raw to Netflix. Because I think about it, like to us, here in the States, we watched it on USA. But like to those in Canada, watched it on Sportsnet. It's no longer on there. Over like in the UK, it was part of BT Sports or like the BT TNT Sports. It's now off of there. Like this Netflix, like literally just like wiped out the market of cable production, cable network.
Yeah.
Like this was like their baby in a way. Like
Whoa.
you can almost bank on wrestling to be on cable television. Was
We
good.
got some breaking
right.
news
What's
as
up?
of 20 minutes ago. The 2026 Royal Rumble will emanate from Saudi Arabia.
What?
PW Insider has confirmed but multiple sources in the company.
That's deep.
That sucks.
Wow.
Another 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock fucking show, dude.
I mean, that's a win of its own. At least well,
But
look, depending
but
on
is it like
as long as there ain't no snowstorm here, like
the fans that like travel to see the rest of WrestleMania and stuff, like
well,
Royal Rumble is only the first step. Like
right.
they're gonna get WrestleMania then now too.
Well, yeah.
That's trash.
I mean, for the sake of notable fans, who might suck for green shirt guy and
Like it sucks for me too, bro. Because like obviously this year, like Vegas, it's a little hard to swing because Vegas overall is expensive. But like,
right.
do they announce next year's yet?
They haven't.
But it's probably gonna be cheaper than Vegas.
You would
Oh, yeah,
think.
Vegas is insane pricey.
Like that stadium is just crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Like even for a football game, like last year when the Eagles played them there, the cheapest seat was like $500.
Dude, I cannot believe
Wow.
they want to stack for the upper level. I was
Just
like,
to get in.
It's like really? Like that's
Now you're looking like, whoa, what I paid for last year wasn't that bad.
no, it wasn't. Like shit. No, I literally thought about that. I was like, you know what? Maybe that was a good investment.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, seeing that, I'm like, goodness gracious. But I need to hit the Powerball in order to make this trip this year. Like, oh shit, start a GoFundMe. Like, please support Hakeem to get the WrestleMania.
I still wouldn't be shocked if it came back here, bro.
I think we will get it again.
No, like 42.
Oh, you think so?
Because if you remember, back in August, Shapiro kind of slipped.
Yeah.
And then WWE was real quick to say, no. And then Shapiro pulled that video. But next year would be 250 years from 1776.
Right.
So we got the World Cup next year. We got the All-Star game for
the baseball.
There's a couple other things that are coming here because of that. And there was reports that WrestleMania was going to come back here because of how well it did. Plus, what is it called? The Bicentennial?
Yeah.
Being 250 years, that it would be here because of that also.
Man, if they come back here in 2026, that would be insane.
That would be insane.
I know a lot of people won't be happy because all they can think about is the cold weather. Honestly, I know it was cold, but it was.
Well, if you move everything up a month, if you move everything back a month,
right,
May wouldn't be that bad.
No, we just gotta pray for no rain.
Yeah.
Like, look, no rain, please.
Like if you did the Royal Rumble in February and WrestleMania in May, you could be looking at like a 70-degree weather event.
True. Shit, we almost had it. Last year, we was off by 2 days, like literally.
Bro, I was showing a nice climate control box.
Oh yeah, I know you was.
But it felt off. It felt off. I'm not gonna lie. Like I really enjoyed that experience of interview the wrestlers and stuff.
Yeah.
But like being in like that press box and stuff, the vibes were just different
Mm,
because you couldn't really hear the crowd in there because it was like
Different.
noise. It was noise canceling and stuff.
right.
So like that's one of the best parts of wrestling is like being with the crowd and like like feeling the emotion of the crowd. Like it was just off. Like when Kelsey and Lane Johnson came out that first night, like here I am like a big dope in the press box with like Sean Ross Sapp and stuff, and I'm fucking screaming like,
Oh, his phone cut just as he was about to mark out.
He was about to mock out really bad. Look at that face.
Literally,
He's definitely about
right.
to mock out.
It might have saved him. he was about to mark out, like literally mark out. Was like, yo, when Kelsey and Lane Johnson
That's
came
right.
out, I was.
He just got leave.
he on his phone now.
I saw.
I'm gonna bring him up so I can see his face. Joey, just as you was about to mark out, look at your face.
I was like yelling like I was yelling like, oh my god, it's fucking Jason Kelsey. And like these all guys looking look at this fucking dope. Maybe that's why I haven't been approved again for any credentials. Not because
They
EOP
blackballed you.
not because EOP is no longer a thing, it's because I took that WrestleMania Prime and I also marked out in the press box.
It was like, yeah, he's way too much of a fan. We got to
Yeah.
get him out of here. You know
You like
what?
my
great.
you like my new name?
That's funny.
Big Daddy Joe. Okay.
I like
What do you use a StreamYard on your off days, sir? Say no.
OnlyFans.
Stop it. Stop it.
Gotta make your money
Nah.
somehow, you know what I mean?
Crazy, man. But
Oh yeah.
before we kick out of here, any match y'all
I love how this.
are
I love how the show
are
always turns left. Like
literally
bad.
we need to
Always.
just change
Everything
we need to
goes
just we need to just change the left turn.
Bro, but to be honest, right?
turn, brought to you
When
Yeah.
you listen to other like podcasts and stuff, right?
Yeah.
When they go off the rails, that's some of the funniest parts.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's the best part of it.
Like you
Yeah,
can't just be
definitely.
robots all the time, you know what I mean? Like you gotta like
Yep.
get the people going.
I don't know. I think for us, it's like we could have like a wholehearted conversation, and then once that left turn go, I'll be like, oh, here we go. Like it's like just instantly in my mind, like, oh, here we go. How we gonna roll this back in
Yeah.
back to the conversation? But that was funny though, because like literally just as you was about to explain how you was marking out for Lane Johnson and Kelsey, and joint froze. I was like, oh,
Go Birds.
You couldn't have planned that better.
no, and not at
You
all.
really couldn't.
You definitely. Matter of fact, I'm clipping that on the reels for Instagram. like as the show turns. He was like, I'm in there with Sat Bernardo, and I see yesterday with.
It's funny though, because both times like I was like in a conversation with him that weekend,
Yeah.
like wild shit happened. The first time I'm talking to him, he's asking me about his suit, and then all of a sudden we hear fucking screaming. We look over and AJ Styles and LA Knight are fist fighting each other, and we're having an earthquake. And then the second time is when we're in the press box and Jason Kelsey's coming out. So I probably have like the biggest dope in the world to him because I was like marking out at the press conference too. I was like, "Is this shit real? Is this real?"
he go see him like, hey, that's the Kelsey fan.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Don't break kayfabe, bro."
It's still real to me. Damn it.
Meanwhile, after that week, I look like the fucking guy from the bleachers. It's still real to me, damn it.
Exactly. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. That's
That was a
actually.
while ago. He's probably dead.
Oh, stop it! You got him in the dirt. Stop, chill, yo. Let that man be. Yo, he might be a fan of the Steel Steps.
He's not a fan anymore. I just fucking killed him.
He gonna get a random comment. It's not real to me anymore, Joey.
Oh shit.
No, let's scratch that. It's gonna say, "Fuck you, Joey."
Fuck you. I've now learned it's not real.
Crazy, man. All right, we done went a way left turn right there. Like
There we go.
literally way left. But what as far as Monday night, what's the match that you're looking forward to seeing? Like,
So I'm kind of curious. Like, again, I feel like a lot of shit with the Sammy story has been left unanswered, left kind of like questioned and stuff, dating all the way back to Solo and the phone call and throwing the cell phone and why was he in the parking lot with Solo and stuff.
right.
I wouldn't be shocked in some way or form if Sammy cost Jay this match against Drew.
Really?
Like, I think that could be a good feud. A heel Sammy versus Jay.
I see what you're doing there. I like it. Something triggered tonight too. Not to go left as far as like with the Drew conversation, but Drew was telling Cody about like you need to watch your back and stuff. Basically, we all knew Drew was working with Kevin Owens, right? Is it possible? I don't know. Because think about what Drew is developing right now. Remember, he's going after anybody that aligned himself with Roman Reigns. Is it possible Seth aligns himself with both Drew and Kevin Owens to go, because of the sake of Punk working with Roman Reigns at Survivor Series?
That's possible. The only reason I say no is because the next time I feel like we see Punk and Roman together is a match because he was promised one when he comes asking. That's the next time I see them working together. And if Roman and Punk aren't going to be working together eventually when Seth joins Drew, why would that happen? The only way it works is if it's Punk and Roman versus Seth and Drew. If not, it don't make sense.
Right.
So to me, I think that, I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but that's why I feel like I feel like Sammy joins Drew because I start to resonate. Like, Roman came back and didn't apologize. Roman, all this stuff I think finally starts to click in his head.
Wait a minute. Sammy does in fact join Drew. Somehow Seth is like that final piece that make that heel turn. Yo, this could be like the NWA. I'm saying NWA, NWO 2K25. Like literally.
No, it's interesting you say that because I was thinking that even before you were saying anything that if you have a Sammy heel turn and then a Seth heel turn, and you got Drew and you got Kevin O. I mean it's a pretty good faction right there. I think somebody's gonna turn heel. I just think Seth is gonna align himself with Drew, just the way that things have been playing out. But Sammy turning on Jay would be great. That would be awesome too.
Because I didn't even think about like Sammy turning or anything until tonight when Drew came out to kind of confront Cody, and then I was like, something's weird here. Like, we know the history of KO and Sammy, and we know KO is fighting Cody next. And to me, it just kind of like made the dots kind of fall in line that these guys are kind of all teaming up.
Right. I think that now they're definitely not going to reveal their hand yet. And since they also got this this trading portal. Is it trading portal or the transfer portal? Transfer portal is college, right?
College, yeah.
So it's the trading portal that's supposed to be developing. That's going to be telling as far as what they do. But I don't know. For some reason that triggered tonight, and I'm like, damn, you know what? Seth aligned himself with, I mean not Seth. Punk aligned himself with Roman. So then it kind of connect the dots with Seth, you know what I mean? They had the ammo for Punk. You know what I mean? The way he did. But also too, I wanted to bring this to everyone's attention because there was mixed reviews about the Seth Rollins CM Punk promo from Monday.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I loved it. I thought at one point Seth literally did verbatim what led to the Hangman Punk fight. Seth at one point did it almost word for word. Like, I'm protecting this company from you, and like that was literally what Hangman said, word for word. So I loved that. One more thing though about that Seth joining and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That would mean though that we have to see Punk and McIntyre in a feud some way again. And I'm kind of over that.
True.
But
But I think they could probably eliminate the feud if Drew were to help Seth on Raw.
Yeah, but doesn't that then just rekindle Punk and McIntyre?
Not necessarily, because then it will be considered as a joint effort. So it you know what I mean, it could be the joint
Like,
effort, but don't necessarily have to be Seth and I mean not Seth, Drew and Punk.
see,
You know,
here's the
all
thing that
over
I
again.
think: if what's main eventing? What do we think main eventing?
I actually think it's gonna be Punk and
Right,
and
yeah,
Seth.
Seth. I
right.
think Seth and
So
yeah, I think that's going to be the
if
main
that
event.
main event, Drew's not the one that helps Seth. Sammy is the one that helps Seth, and then it comes out that Seth and Sammy and Drew had a plan all along to kind of infiltrate the bloodline, and Punk fucked it up
Right.
because he came out of nowhere and joined when that was supposed to be Seth's spot. You know what I mean? So it could be like the NWO, like they try to come within and wreck shop and stuff like that. Like there's so many possibilities, but I definitely think we got a shocking heel turn.
Yeah. Yeah, something has to happen. Now if it
And
doesn't
it plays in line with the bloodline because if you remember the promo today that week right before we went on air with Solo, even that was a little strange where he was saying like, if I lose, you can take these off of me and put it on Romans and that kind of stuff. I'm thinking like
it's Heyman.
even not even Heyman, but are we seeing a storyline that could bring the bloodline back together?
Possibly.
And it's like the bloodline versus whatever this new faction is they're gonna start. Almost almost like what we're seeing in AEW right now.
True.
Like
What?
Drew and Seth like become like the Death Riders,
Right.
Yeah.
and in a strange turn of events,
That's
the
what made me think of that.
the
Yeah.
bloodline becomes like
The
the
Avengers.
the Avengers for WWE and tries to protect them, and
Right.
that'd be a wild turn of events.
Yeah, that would definitely be wild. You know, that crossed my mind, but I was like, I can't see everybody just you know what I mean, being kumbaya like
Yeah,
all together with the bloodline,
but
especially after
remember they always say like, especially with the Samoans, like that blood's thicker than anything with them.
true.
So if there's an extenuating force,
Right.
maybe that brings them together. But I mean, this is all speculation. This is just all
True. Yeah.
chop talk and stuff like
This
that. But
disclaimer: the views expressed during this show are
yeah,
just opinions
yeah,
of average
And
Joes
not
out
those
here.
expressed by WWE.
Right.
pretty much what we're getting at though is they need something. They need
Yeah.
something for this first show on Raw that's even bigger than Tiffy cashing in and winning. Like
Right.
they need
Yeah.
something for this first Raw because you're going to get eyes that never watched wrestling before.
Oh yeah.
Because you promote it so much on Netflix and every other channel, people that have a Netflix subscription is going to tune in on Monday night just to see what this is about. So you need something major that happens. If is that possibly Dwayne Johnson kicks off Raw or The Rock or Stone Cold? I said The Rock, I meant Undertaker. Undertaker or Stone Cold. One of these big name known guys who even the casuals know. They need something that's gonna get these people in and keep them watching. So it'll be interesting to see what they do because there's no title matches, right?
Yes, the women's.
The women's title, last woman standing,
Yeah.
Rhea and Liv.
And Liv, yes.
Maybe that opens the show. Maybe Rhea wins.
I was thinking about that now that Tiffy cashed in tonight. Is it possible that Liv
Because here's the
loses?
thing, like I'm not one to be like, oh, all blonde chicks look the same. But realistically, do you want Liv and Tiffy, but right now both as your champions?
See, I think
Talk about diversity.
I think Tiffy has the leverage to become a baby face. And I think
She's a babyface.
Yeah.
yeah. And I
As
think
of today, she's a
that starts
babyface.
tonight. Yeah. So I mean it really don't hit me, you
Yeah,
know,
my two
whether
blonde
that
hair, blue eyes. You know, like talk about inclusive and stuff that's the complete opposite.
I mean I get what you're saying, but like I think Liv
I mean, I don't
is
hate
doing
it.
a
I don't
decent
hate it at
job.
all.
Right.
'Cause I like both of these women. I just wouldn't be shocked. Like, okay, so Liv doesn't win. What do you, if you were booking the show right before we close tonight?
Right.
If you're booking this show and you don't do that absolute obscene storyline we just came up with, like, be realistic here. Straight shooter. What is the holy shit moment that you have to pull out of your hat for your first show on Raw? For your first show on Netflix.
See, I would say Rhea wins. Rhea wins. Then she leaves. She leaves Judgment Day.
Wait, what?
I said Rhea would win. Liv would then leave Judgment Day
Hmm.
because at this point there's really no more revenge tour
Yeah.
because Rhea would have killed it. And then now it's like,
Mhm.
Dom, what good are you to me now? like,
Yeah.
like honestly, that rips apart everything.
Okay, so my shock is like this is just like realistic now, not what we said. Because what we said I would love to happen, but honestly, we know they're eventually trying to do a Roman Jacob and a Roman Solo on a huge scale. So
Yeah,
that's not happening. I wouldn't be shocked if Heyman turned on Roman.
I think that's happening.
I think that's the holy shit moment.
They planted that seed a few weeks back when Heyman was literally dressed up as Solo.
Yeah.
Like Solo. Yeah.
Yeah, they planted that seed. That way, people will forget. People don't forget.
Yeah.
like,
It was the third grade.
like,
People don't forget.
like
Great movie.
that, that just don't happen. By the way, not to again go way left. Notice from AEW World's End, the new rated R Colt came out of the hillside versus the babyface side. Remember that?
Hold on. First, before I even address that,
I definitely pulled a move from a former host of ours.
no, not even that. But we're gonna make it a conscious effort
Yeah,
because that new name is fucking trash.
yeah.
That on steel steps, he's still Adam Copeland.
Right.
You can even go as far to call him Edge
Edge.
still. But we are not calling him Cope on this fucking
Cope.
show.
You know, cope. Oh man,
That's
we
that was
we got
bad.
we got to cope with it.
Like, but I guess maybe there's too many Adams, Hangman, and
Adam Adam Copeland was too much. Instead
Why
of
couldn't just
Edge,
Copeland?
how come he just couldn't have been Ledge? It's like,
what?
instead of Edge, Ledge.
What is this? Fucking dodgeball? Slade. Blade.
Laser. Laser.
Laser,
Blazer.
taser.
And then the girl's name was something random.
My fitness
Right.
consigliere, Michelle.
Yo, it was a long name too. Like, I was like, whoa. meanwhile, that dude still knocked out at the jukebox till this day. It's like,
Bro, they don't make comedy like they used to.
nah, not at all.
You know why? Because some people
No,
are
those
so
movies they don't
fucking
make any money.
still being fearful of cancel that they can't make it anymore.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nah.
could you imagine if they made Borat now?
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Bro,
Nah,
Sacha Baron Cohen would never be able to work in Hollywood again.
he'll probably be
Yeah.
locked up. Seriously.
Like,
Like,
guy, real quick, remember the part in Borat when they're running through the hotel, both bare ass naked,
oh my gosh. You know, I
and all the people are looking around like, what the fuck is going on?
like, no, that's crazy. Like, what if he actually like popped up on like Raw on Netflix, like live on Netflix, just out of nowhere?
Very nice, very nice.
Very nice.
Crazy.
Bro, I was like 10 when that movie came out, and
Damn.
my cousin broke my brother's arm, right? And he felt so bad. My parents had to rush my brother to the hospital, so he was like, "I'll take you to the movies," right? He's like, "What do you want to go see?" And he didn't know what it was, so I was like, "I want to see Borat," right? So he took me to see Borat. Here's me and my cousin sitting in this movie, and they're running through the hotel naked. He goes, "What the fuck did you ask me to bring you to?" I was like, I was dying. He's like mortified that he brought his 10-year-old cousin to see Borat.
Oh my gosh. Yo, that's crazy. That's extremely crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But like just imagine like him or like Tom Green back in the day, like that era, like
Oh, yeah.
that. Like imagine him just like
Oh God, Tom
pop-
Green is fucking
popping
insane.
up on like Raw, like Monday Night Raw, like what's the name? Like Johnny Knoxville come back with his all star team of like Tom Green and all of them.
Tom Green is the redhead, right?
Yeah,
The one who's just like
Yeah.
weird as shit, right?
yeah,
Yeah, there was a
road trip.
There
When
was,
he
oh
was
my
on
God,
road
there was a
trip.
clip I saw on Facebook yesterday. It was a table that had a zipper through the middle, right? And like these random people were at an art exhibit and they were laughing at it. They were like literally cracking up. So he walks over to him, Tom Green, and goes, "Oh, I get it. You're unzipping the table." And he goes, "Herp, herp, 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 herp." And he just keeps laughing like that for 10 minutes. And the people are looking like this dude's fucking insane.
Like,
And
what is
he's
wrong
just
with
it was the funniest shit. You can tell I like stupid humor.
this? No,
Oh, no.
no, that'd be that work. We could be like on a chill day, just watch something like that.
Yeah,
But
like
all
Step
right,
Those are my
Brothers.
favorite movies,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Step Brothers definitely that work too.
Yeah, Step Brothers is one
Dodgeball
of the movies you can watch like 30 times.
and old school. That's my
Oh,
shit.
old school.
Yeah.
Old
When he
School's another
when
one.
he when they're
Yeah.
doing the cinder blocks and
Earmuffs.
The initiation.
he drops it in the drain.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Bro, Hollywood did some crazy shit to that guy in the early 2000s
Yeah. Oh yeah.
when he was what was he, Jim Carrey's illegitimate son?
Oh my god.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hilarious. So, all right, we going way left.
Yeah.
We definitely like at the hour 44 mark. So we definitely could have closed this out a long time ago.
Yeah, we
but,
could talk about this off camera.
seriously, we're like, wait, we still rolling? but
That's the American Badass Undertaker. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
oh snap. But programming notes. Now that SmackDown is 3 hours.
You have to
we're-
confirm with.
Oh yeah, definitely. So be on the lookout as far as programming announcement for the future shows. We do got a host of wrestling going on this weekend. We got a Wrestle Kingdom going on, as well as Wrestle Dream over in Japan. That's joint promotion with AEW and New Japan. So definitely going to keep a lookout on that. So going into next week, talk about Raw Netflix.
Wrestle
yes,
Dream's
what's
a little more time appropriate. I think that one starts at 10 or 11 our time.
Is it? I could have sworn I saw 3 in the morning.
That's Wrestle Kingdom, I believe.
No, that's
Okay.
Wrestle Dreams 11 our time.
It is 11 our time. Okay.
Wrestle Dream or Wrestle Dynasty?
Dynasty.
Yeah. Okay. No, nice. Cool. So that works. I'm glad you said that. Me waking up 3 in the morning, like, where's Wrestle Dynasty?
Yeah, I don't wake up early anymore because I always go strong, and then like the good matches at the end, I'm like dipping out. And I'm so mad at myself. So I just wait till I wake up in the morning, watch the replay.
They'll be on just as I'm waking up anyway. Like, oh,
Yeah.
main event time. All I need is Mark Henry. It's time
Yeah.
for the main event. All right, let me wake up. Let me stop. So, all right, gentlemen, we're gonna kick on out of here. This was Still Steps, powered by All Authentic Talk Sports Network. Mr. Rich Michaels, Mr. Joey Woods, aka Big Daddy Joe. I am Politic and Hawk, and we'll holler at y'all next week. Till then, peace.